ELC 270 and our hardworking students of ELC 270, English for Communication at Workplace. And I am Razanawati Nordin. You can call me Zana. I'll be your moderator for today. All right. So, hola everyone. Hola, how is everyone doing? Line clear, loud and clear. We have all participants ready. Good, good, good. Before I proceed with our global learning webinar, let me introduce our beautiful speaker today, Dr. Anna Riana.
Thank you.
She has won an outstanding lecturer award at Information System, Faculty of Computer Science at her university for 3 years in a row. She also has published 17 papers with local and international publications. She was involved in 7 research and presented 13 papers in Indonesia and abroad. And today we are lucky to have her with us to talk and share her expertise on how to write effective proposal at workplace. She will present her talk and I will open our webinar for a Q&A session. And Dr. Anna, is it okay if students ask you in the middle of the session?
Yes, okay.
All right. So to my audience, okay, feel free to drop your question. Okay, switch on your speaker, your audio, and feel free, or you can drop your question at the chat box. So I will forward it to Dr. Anna. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Anna.
Thank you, Miss Zana. How to call you?
Zana.
Zana. Yes, Zana. Yes. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, UITM. Thank you for involving me in this great program. I'm very excited to be a part of this program. So this is my third experience sharing session. Previously, I was invited to share ideas on opinion essay and editing skills for report writing. Now, I hope this session will enlighten your knowledge on how to write an effective proposal at the workplace. Let me share my PPT first. Yes, this one, I think. Okay. Can you see my PPT, everyone?
Yes, Dr. Anna.
Yes, yes, it looks great.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Yes, thank you. Right. Before going to the topic, I would like to tell you about myself. So myself has been done by Ms. Zana. I'm going to talk about Medan a little bit, not Sumatra as one part of Indonesia, and Universitas Negeri Medan. So this is the map of Indonesia, and this is map of Medan, and I'm really sure that you know that we are close each other in location. It takes only 1 hour to get to your place, and this is a brief introduction about Medan. Have you ever been to Medan, Miss Zana or Mas Aida or everyone here? Have you ever been here in Medan?
Medan, no.
No, never.
Never. Visit once here. So you will see some places, some interesting places here. So North Sumatra is a province of Indonesia located in the northern part of the island of Sumatra. Its capital and largest city is Medan, of course. Now, North Sumatra is the fourth most populous province after West Java, East Java, and Central Java. So, North Sumatra is multi-ethnic province, and the Malay people are regarded as the native people of this province. The Javanese reside around Deli Serdang, Regency, including Medan, while the province West Coast is mainly inhabited by Kakpak, Mandailing, and Minangkabau people. Do you have some ethnics there, Ms. Zana? Yes, okay. So, yeah, still mute, Ms. Zana. I can hear you. Still can't.
Yeah,
Well, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I will continue. Okay. Now, in general, the widely used language is Indonesian. The Malays around Deli Serdang and Langkat mostly speak Malay, similar to the Peranese Malay language in your place. The Javanese people, especially around rural and plantation areas, use Javanese and in daily conversation, while the urban Javanese mostly speak Indonesian. Now, as you can see here, the Grand Mosque of Medan or Masjid Raya Al Masyun is in Medan, Indonesia. And this mosque was built in the year 1906 and completed in 909. And you can see here Danau Toba. Yeah, this is the biggest, which is located in Samosir Island, the biggest islands within an island in the world. There is even a small lake on Samosir. So just imagine there was an island, there is an island on that lake, yeah. So Lake Toba is the largest lake in Indonesia and the most famous volcanic lake in the world. And here the waterfall, it is called Piso Piso waterfall. It is one of the tallest waterfalls in Indonesia. The name is Sipiso Piso, means like a knife. So it is 120-meter heights and located in Tongging village, 45 kilometers from Brastagi at the northern end of Lake Toba, and it takes around 3 to 4 hours from Medan. And this one, we call this Becak Dayung, pedal rickshaw, and this one is Becak Motor, motorcycle rickshaw. So this is our traditional transportation, yeah. Well, I don't think you have this kind of becak day in in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, then you know this, right? This is durian. You like durian, right? And this one is lontong sayur. Almost
that
the
one is
same.
favorite.
Yes, yes. Do you have the lontong one day? I think I ever had lontong sayur day one day, one time, yeah, in Kuala Lumpur.
How was it?
Uh, good, very good. Tastes good. Okay, right. And this is about my university, um, Universitas, Universitas. Sorry, I don't know how to. Okay, I cannot move this one. Okay, that's okay. Now, about Universitas Negeri Medan. So, it is one of the most prestigious state universities in North Sumatra. This is demonstrated by several accomplishments attained by UNIMED, Universitas Negeri Medan, both institutionally and through student representative. There are 80 programs, study programs, under 7 faculties and postgraduate school. Well, let us begin. Now I'm going to talk about how to write an effective proposal at workplace. So I'm going to talk about this. Okay, I cannot move this one. I want to move this, okay. The power of proposals and then recognizing the need, setting goals and objectives, developing a plan of action, assessing risk and challenges, and then presenting your proposal. And the last one, how to write the proposal. Now, so what is the proposal? Anyone who knows? Now, I have the keywords there. So proposals are a powerful tool for initiating change within a company. They allow individuals to present their ideas and garner support from key stakeholders. So a well-crafted proposal can lead to increased efficiency, cost savings, and improved outcomes, of course. Now, in this presentation, we will explore the key components of a successful proposal and provide tips on how to effectively write the proposal. So the proposal is a document, a proposed project and its purpose, outcomes, and the steps that will be taken to complete the project. And the purpose is to communicate how a company, team, or individual plan to approach a project. Now, before writing the proposal, of course, we have to recognize the need. We have to identify the need. It is important to identify a need within the company. This could be a problem that needs to be solved, an opportunity for improvement, or a new idea that aligns with the company's goals. Now, for example, the examples of needs that may warrant a proposal include how you implement a new technology solution, how to refine a process to boost efficiency or to improve a process to increase efficiency, or launching a new product line to expand market share. So it is critical to identify a need within the firm before crafting a proposal. And then the next one is setting goals and objectives. Now, once a need has been identified, it is important to set clear and measurable goals and objectives for the proposed initiative. This helps ensure that everyone involved understands what they are working towards and how success will be measured. Now, goals should be this one: SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, achievable, relevant, time bound, or time based. So the examples of goals could include reducing cost by a certain percentage, increasing customer satisfaction ratings, or launching a new product within a specific time frame or time bound. Now, talking about the goals must be smart, yeah, must be smart, like I mentioned previously: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Now, and then the next one is developing a plan of action. Now, with goals and objectives in place, we have talked about the goals and objectives, and then the next step is to develop a detailed plan of action. This should include your timelines, resources needed, and key milestones to track progress. It is important to involve stakeholders in the planning process to ensure buy-in and support. The plan should be flexible enough to accommodate changes, but also it should be structured enough to keep everyone on track towards achieving the desired outcomes, of course. And the next one is assessing risks and challenges. Well, no proposal is without risks and challenges. So it is important to identify potential obstacles and develop strategies to mitigate them. Now, the examples of risks and difficulties could include resistance from employees, budget constraints, or unforeseen external factors. Now, by anticipating these issues and having a plan in place to address them, the proposed initiative is more likely to succeed. And next one is, of course, presenting your proposal. How you present your proposal. Now, the final step in writing a proposal after you write the whole thing I have mentioned previously is presenting it to the key stakeholders. Well, this can be daunting task, but there are several tips that can help make the process smoother. It is important to structure the presentation in a clear and concise manner, highlighting the key points and benefits of the proposed initiative, and then addressing potential objections and concerns upfront. Yeah, it can also help build credibility and trust with the audience. Then now I'm going to talk about this one. This is the key point. Writing a proposal at the workplace involves effectively communicating your ideas, plans, and recommendations to gain support from stakeholders. Now, here are some steps to help you write successful proposal. Well, it is almost the same as what we are going to do with our thesis actually, yeah. So when we write it properly and clearly, concisely, and then our supervisor will approve it, right? So we need the approval from the stakeholders. So we need to write a what is that? Clear proposal. Now, the first one, clarify your goal and audience. You should clarify the goal and the audience. Clarify the purpose of your proposal and identify the target audience. Understand their needs, priorities, and potential concerns to tailor your proposal accordingly. Now, so you should clarify what your goal of your project. You have to write in your proposal your goal, and then you have to think, or you have to consider, to take account of your audience, of course. And then you have to do research and then gather information. Now, conduct thorough research to gather relevant data, facts, and insight to support your proposal. So you talk with the data with you. So the stakeholders can understand. So this is the data, this is the fact, and then what will be your idea in your proposal. This may include a market research, industry trends, for example, and then it could be the competitive analysis and internal data. Now, the third one, yes, this is the structure of the of your proposal. Of course, we should write the outline first, the proposal outline. Now, in my opinion, whatever you would like to write, whether it is an essay or a proposal, you need to write the outline first. So you are confident later on to write on the detail. Yeah. So you need to write the outline. Now, the first, of course, you have to identify the title and introduction. So you should create a clear and compelling title for your proposal. Of course, you should write the attractive title for your proposal. Now, in the introduction, provide an overview of the proposal and capture the reader's attention with a concise summary of the problem or opportunity you are addressing. So you state the problem, and then you offer an opportunity you are addressing. Now, the next one, problem statement. You should clearly define the problem or opportunity you are addressing. Describe its impact on the organization and explain why it needs attention. Yeah, why it needs attention. So this is the keywords. Attention. Why it needs attention. Why it needs to improve. Yeah. And then the next one is objectives. State the specific objectives of your proposal. Ensure they are measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound, or which is called SMART. Yeah, measurable. It means that it can be measured. There is a measurement of your the things that you have to that you are going to propose, and then achievable. So there is an opportunity to achieve this goal. And then relevant, of course, it should be relevant to the company's goal or company's policy. And then time bound, there is a time limit that you offer to do those things, what you are going to do in your proposal. And then clearly articulate how achieving these objectives will give benefit or will benefit to the benefit the organization. And then the next one is proposed solution. Now, present your solution or idea in detail. Explain how it addresses the problem, including the methodology, resources required, and potential outcomes. And then provide evidence, data, or examples to support the effectiveness of your proposed solution. So your proposed solution, your concept in full, you should write in this proposal. And then the implementation plan. Now, in this implementation plan, you should outline a detailed plan for implementing your proposal. Now, you can do like this. You break it down into phases, tasks, timelines, and responsibilities. So you could address potential challenges and present strategies to overcome them. Now, the next one is budget and resources. So, in this thing, in budget and resources, you should specify the financial requirements and necessary resources for implementing your proposal. So you should provide a comprehensive breakdown of costs, including the personal equipment, technology, and any other relevant expenses. And then the next one is evaluation and measurement. Now, in this case, you should describe how you will measure the success of your proposal. Should define the key performance indicators and evaluation methods to track progress and outcomes. So you should explain how you will gather feedback and make necessary adjustments. And then in the proposal, you should write the conclusion. Summarize the main points of your proposal and restate the benefits and value it will bring to the organization. So you can end your proposal with a call to action, clearly stating what you are seeking. For example, approval, support, and then funding. So generally, when we write an essay, this is an essay actually. The proposal is an essay. So whatever you would like to write, of course, you have to to think about how you introduce your content or your topic, and then the body, you have the body or the discussion, and then the conclusion. Yeah, the conclusion. You summarize the proposal's main arguments and reaffirm the benefits and value it will offer to the organization. Now, and then this is what you have to write in your proposal. Now we are going to the fourth one, how you utilize, you should utilize clear and concise language when you write the proposal. Now, use clear and concise language means that write your proposal using clear, concise, and jargon-free language. So you should avoid using excessive technical terms and acronyms that may confuse or alienate readers or the audience. So you have to make sure your proposal is easily understandable by a wide range of stakeholders. Yeah. And then after you concentrate on the language that you should use concise and clear language, now you have to pay attention to this visuals and formatting. So you can use visuals. Now for examples, you can use graphs, charts, diagrams, or tables to present data or complex information visually. Sometimes, we are more understand, yeah, we more understand when we can see clearly, visually, yeah. Now use headings, subheadings, and bullet points to about points to organize your content. So you have to ensure that the formatting is consistent and visually appealing. So in our desktop, our computer, yeah, laptop, there are many various. There are various smart table, yeah, smart, what is that? You can insert this smart table, graphs, and then charts, diagrams. So you can choose, yeah, which is the most attractive tables, graphs, charts to present your data. Now, and then you have to provide supporting evidence. This is important. This is to convince the stakeholders of what you are telling them, of what you are writing in your proposal. Now, bake up your proposal with solid evidence, data, or even research findings. Use credible sources and references to strengthen the validity of your arguments. Include testimonials, for example, case studies, or success stories if available. So you can share your own experience, for example, when you were successful to a successful proposal for another organization, for examples. Now you may include it when you write your proposal, or even when you present your proposals. Now, and then the next one is anticipate and address objections. Now, put yourself in the shoes of the audiences and anticipate potential objections or concerns. So you can address them proactively within the proposal, demonstrating that you have considered various perspectives and have strategies to mitigate potential risks. Yeah, so you may you may put this kind of things in your proposal, and then how you anticipate the potential objections or concerns. Of course, you can write it proactively within the proposal, and then you elaborate various perspectives, and then you elaborate some strategies to mitigate the potential risks and challenges. Now, and then the next one, after you write your proposal, after you explained the background of the proposal, and then the goal and the goal of your proposal, now, and then the things previously I mentioned, and then the last thing you have to do is proofread and edit, of course. Yeah. Sometimes we need somebody else to read our proposal, so we can minimize the mistakes. Now, before finalizing your proposal, you may carefully proofread it for grammar, spelling, and punctuation errors. Now, in my case, especially the students here, sometimes when they write, not sometimes I think, but most of the time, when they write the essay, most students do mistakes on this grammar, spelling, and punctuation errors. But I think the student can handle it, and they have solution. They have solution for this, because there are some applications available nowadays to handle this. For examples, you can use Grammarly, you can use Trinka, for example, to proofread and edit your language. Well, I'm not quite sure whether your students do the same thing as my students do here in Medan, in our university here. So this is I think, yeah, a good solution, because it can minimize the lecturer work to give feedback to the students' essay. And then you have also to ensure that the flow and structure of your proposal are logical and coherent. And this is all about the consistency. So you should elaborate your writing logically and coherently. Well, sometimes uh, apa ya, we are very difficult to make it logical and coherent. So this all about the transitional signal when we write the essay, especially the project proposal. Of course, when we sell our product, our proposal, of course, we have to make it logical and coherent, and the stakeholders will give us funding, for example. Now, ask a colleague or mentor or friends to review our proposal, and then provide feedback. Yeah. And now, of course, every each organization or each company have their own company guidelines or company policy. So you should adhere to any specific proposal guidelines or templates provided by the organization you propose. Yeah, use the prescribed format, structure, and word count. It's specified. So you have to think the word count. So sometimes when we write pages per pages in a thick one, well, the stakeholders may get bored, yeah, to read, but you're not going to the point. Of course, it will make the stakeholders think about your proposal then. So you have to ensure that your proposal aligns with the company's branding and style guidelines. Now, and the next one is this one. You have to prepare a professional if necessary. It means that if, yeah, the professional one, of course, you have to prepare the proposal in a good way, prescribed format, structure, and then logic, and then coherent. Well, a professional, as a conclusion, a professional presentation after you have written your proposal, and then there is a time the stakeholders ask you to come visit them to present your proposal. Of course, a professional presentation reflects not just the content of your proposal, but you also your credibility and ability to communicate ideas successfully. So you not only to write successfully, but you have to communicate your ideas, what you have written in your proposal successfully. Now, by following these guidelines, these suggestions, of course, you can present your proposal compellingly and professionally, boosting its chances of success. Now, because I focus on how to write the proposal, so I don't think I need to talk about how to present it, how to present the proposal communicatively. Well, any questions? I think that's all my presentation. It is too short, or how, Madam Zana? Can you hear me?
Madam Zana?
Madam Zana, are you there?
All right. I'm here. I have to switch my device. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Hannah. Let's
Yes, my
have
pleasure.
students to ask you. Okay, I'm opening the Q&A session now. All right,
Yes.
let's look at it. Chat box.
Yes, I like it's. I think much better. It is much better to discuss, right? Based on your experience or based on others' experience
Okay,
when write
question
the proposal.
from
Questions?
Miss No Amira. Okay, would you like to type?
Uh,
Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
okay. But I cannot
Assalamualaikum.
see you. Can I see your face?
I cannot open my camera. I am so sorry.
Okay. Oh, that's
Okay.
okay. That's
Okay.
okay. Yes.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to Madam Anna, but good morning for Madam Zana and Madam Masaida. I am
Okay.
Amira from 4B. It is such an honor to have you today. You have
Mhm.
stated that a proposal must have relevant data and facts. How
Mhm.
do you determine if a source is accurate and reliable to your proposal?
Yes. Well, as I told you previously, in my presentation slide, you should find the relevant data. Of course, you have to find from the valid resources. Now, if you let me share this one. You can find from the top publishers or top blog, for examples, or the official ministry, for examples, or official website, for example, which is related to the your proposal. Now, for example, like this, when you talk about COVID-19, for example, yeah, you would like to improve a pantry, for example, which is related the COVID-19 pandemic uh, that we have already passed, for example, and then you can find the article from the top publishers, which is talking about the COVID-19. For examples, you can find the article, the journal article from the Taylor and Francis publishers, and then you can find from the Sage or Emerald Insight when you talk about the economy, or you can find the articles from the Elsevier or the Science Direct, for example, when you talk about the environment, or when you talk about the chemistry, for example. Or even you can visit the British Council, for example, for the legal or official website when you talk about the English education, for example. Well, and then you can also find from the statistics center, for example, when you talk about the numbers, the numbers of how many people who live in this place, or yes, you can find from the, of course, you have to find the data from the official or the valid website or the valid or reputable journal article. So it should be valid, reputable. So do not take the data from the fake website, or only the well, there are many blogs nowadays, right? But we cannot trust any blog as our data. I think so. Well, I hope it satisfied you. It is satisfied.
Yes, it is. Thank you, madam.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for asking.
All right, Dr. Anna, we have one question from Miss Siti Zailani. In regards to the format, what is your preferable format for the proposal? Is it full in essay or is it divided by section? What is the rejected proposal be like? I think she just asked 1, 2, 3, 3 questions for
Three
you.
questions.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I hope I can remember. Okay. So, dealing with the format or the structure of the proposal project, well, I think it depends on the organization when you offer the proposal. Yeah. So you may also find the examples from the website. For example, this is the project manager. So you have to understand as well about the types of the project proposal. Now, let's say solicited project proposal. It means that this is this project proposal is sent as a response to a request for proposal. So there is a request. Now, here you will need to adhere to the guidelines, the organization or the company guidelines of the project owner, of course. Yeah. Now, and there is also one type of the project proposal is what we call the unsolicited project proposal. So you can send project proposals without having received a request for a proposal. So this can happen in open for the let's say the construction projects, where a project owner receives unsolicited project proposals from many contractors, for example. Now, and another type of the project proposal is informal project proposal. So this is created when a client asks for an informal proposal. So without a solicited project proposal, as I mentioned previously. Now, and there is also renewal project proposal. So you can use a renewal project proposal when you are reaching out to past customers. Now, the advantage is that you can highlight past positive result and future benefits. So the next type of project proposal is the continuation project proposal. So it is it is sent to the investors and stakeholders to communicate project progress. And then also there's also the project, some supplemental project proposal, which is sent to investors to ask for additional resources during the project execution phase. So it depends on the project proposal, the organization, yeah. So of course it is different. Let's say what organization it is. Is it a business case or what organization is it? Yeah, and the general outline for the project proposal is you have to write the executive summary. Yeah, so it is the elevator pitch that outlines the project being proposed and why it makes business sense. While it touches on the information that will follow in the project proposal, the executive summary should be brief and to the point, of course. And then after you have the executive summary, you have the project background, for example, and there is another short part of, it is another short part of the proposal. Now it is usually only 1 page, which explains the problem you will solve or the opportunity you are taking advantage of with the proposed project. Also, you may provide a short history of the business to put the company in context to the project and why it is good. It is a good fit. Yeah. And then the next, after you write the project background, this is the outline. Yeah. You may also write the project vision and success criteria. You may state the goal of the project and how it aligns with the goals of the company. Of course, you have to be specific. Also, you have to note that the metric used to measure the success of the project. And after you write the project vision and success criteria, the next one is you write the potential risk and mitigation strategies, as I mentioned earlier. So of course there are always risks, so you have to detail them here in this part, in this section, and what strategies, of course, you will employ to mitigate any negative impact as well as take advantage of any positive risk. And then after potential risk and mitigation strategies, you can write project scope and deliverables. You define the project scope, which is all the work that has to be done and how it will be done. Also, you have to detail the various deliverables that the project will have. And then the next one, set what I mentioned, SMART, yeah, SMART goals. When setting goals, be smart. That's an acronym for the apa tadi what I said, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. All your goals would be defined by those 5 things. So you have to create a figure, yeah, to show your SMART goals. Now you should your goals should be defined by those 5 things. Now, and then project approach. Define the approach you will use for the contract. There are several different types of contract used in construction. For example, cost plus time and materials. Yeah. And this is also a good place to describe the delivery method you will use. And then the next one is the expected benefits. So you should outline the benefits that will come from the successful completion of the project. And after the expected benefits, you write the project resource requirements. List the resources such as whether you need the labor, materials, equipment that you will need to execute the project if approved, of course. Now, and then you will also to have you also elaborate, write the project cost and budget. Detail all the costs, including resources that they'll be required to complete the project, and set up a budget to show how those costs will be spent over the course of the project. And then project timeline, lay out the project timeline, which shows the project from start to finish, from beginning to the end, including the duration of each phase and tasks within it, milestones, and etc. So you can write it. You can write the proposal based on. You can divide it. For example, first page executive summary, and then the second page, the following page project background, and then the following page project vision and success criteria, and then the next one potential risks and mitigation strategies, and then the next page project scope and deliverable, and then SMART goals, project approach, expected benefits, and then project resource and requirements, project cost and budget, and the last one, project timeline. Well, when you write an executive summary, it will be a different thing. Now, you have to write what you have to write in an executive summary. Of course, you have to write your project background in a brief, because it is executive summary. Later on in the project background, you can write the detailed one. But in an executive summary, you have to write briefly your project background, your project objectives, and project deliverables, among other things. And then the goal of this executive summary is to capture the attention of your stakeholders and get them excited. Yeah, excited. This is the point, I think, the excitement from the stakeholders about the project you are proposing. So it is essentially the elevator pitch, yeah, for the project life cycle, the first impression. Yeah, so it means that it should be short and to the point. Now, the executive summary should be descriptive and paint a picture of what project success look like for the client. And the most important one is it should motivate the project client. After all, the goal is getting them to sign on the dotted line to get the project moving. Now, that's the executive summary. So the executive summary, for me, in my opinion, and it is the most important thing, because the very first thing to be read by the client, by the stakeholders. Now, what to write in the section of provide a project background, Now, this project background usually only one page section of your project proposal. Now, it will explain the problem that your project will solve. Now, you should explain when the issue started, its current state, and how your project will be the ideal solution, of course. Now, you may write the historic data, as I told you earlier. Now, the history section outlines previously successful projects and those that could have run more smoothly. Then by doing this, this section establishes your precedence and how the next project can be more effective. using information from the previous project. So the previous project can be the relevant data in your current proposal project. Now, solution addresses how your project will solve the client's problem. Now, accordingly, this section includes any project management techniques, skills, and procedures your team will use to work efficiently. Now, in the section of project vision and success criteria, of course, in this section, you will need to define your project vision. This section is the best done with a vision statement, which acts as the North Star for your project. Well, it is not specific as much as it is a way to describe the impact your company plans to make with the project. It is also important to set success criteria to show that the project is in fact doing what is proposed to do. Now, three obvious project success criteria are the triple constraint of cost, scope, and time. But you will need to set up a way to measure these metrics and respond to them if they are not meeting your plan. Now, the next section is writing the identify potential risks and mitigation strategies. To reduce the impact of risk in your project, you need to identify what those risks might be, and you need to offer a plan to mitigate them. So you list all the risks, prioritize them, and then describe what you are going to do to mitigate or take advantage of them, and who on the team is responsible for keeping an eye towards them and resolving them. Now, the fifth one is project scope and project deliverables. So what you should write here. The project scope refers to all the work that you will be executed, that you will execute. It defines the work items, work packages, and deliverables that will be delivered during the execution phase of your project life cycle. So it is important to use a work breakdown structure to define what your tasks and subtasks and prioritize them. And the next section, of course, the following page, SMART goals for your project proposal. Now, you may write this in the figure, in the very good figure, great figure. Now, you have to write what is specific. You make sure your goals and objectives are clear, concise, and specific to the task at hand, and then measurable. Ensure your goals and objectives are measurable. So it is obvious to see when things are on track and going well, and conversely, when things are off track and issues need to be addressed. And also attainable. So it is important every project has a rich goal. And relevant. Make sure all of your goals are directly relevant to the project and address the scope. Time-based. Nah, timelines. You should write your timelines and specific dates. Specific dates, should be at the core of the goals and objectives. So it will help keep the project on track and ensure all project team members can manage the work that is ahead of them. And then, what is your project approach? Now, in this section, you should define your project management methodology. So this is a part of methodology. Now, in the proposal, there is an introduction and then review of related literature and then the methodology. So this is the methodology of the project proposal. Tools and governance for your project. In simple terms, it allows project managers to explain to the stakeholders how the project will be planned, executed, and controlled successfully. Now, and then you should outline the expected benefits of your project proposal. Now, you can use cost benefit analysis and projected financial statements. So it is about the your budget, yeah, your budget. Yes, your budget. And then project resource requirements. Describe what resources are needed. And then the next section is project cost and project budget. And then timeline. Nah, well, that's the answer. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Anna.
Yes,
Zailiwati, I hope Dr. Anna answer your question.
I try my best, Madam Zana.
So there are 4 questions. You have answered 4 questions. Okay. Now we
Yes.
actually have like 3 more questions.
Mhm.
One is from Dania, and the other one is from Kash Yami. It seems that they have the same question. Okay,
Mhm.
so I guess we sum up. The question is, what are the common mistakes to avoid when you are writing proposal and how to overcome? Okay, these two ladies ask the same question. Right?
Yes. Yes. The common mistakes when you write the project proposal, well, sometimes it's all about the budget. Now, this is the common mistake. Now, I also have an experience dealing with this when I propose or when I write a research proposal. Well, you have to see uh, you have to consider the budget. Yeah, the budget. No, it means like this. So the cost must be real. The cost must be real. So it doesn't mean that the budget is out of the real money. What, how can I say? Yeah. So it means like this. So what you offer, the budget you offer must be logic. Now, mostly the project proposal tends to have have higher cost, yeah, to have higher cost. So that's the common mistake. And well, that's dealing with the budget. But the common mistake, another common mistake is when you present, this is the thing. When you present, how you convince the project manager, the stakeholders, how to convince that your proposal is the most appropriate one, is the best one to approve. Yeah. So it means that you have to convince people, to convince uh, the stakeholders about this presentation, about this proposal. So and also sometimes the common mistakes when we write the write the proposal is maybe, yeah, it could be something like this. Not using the specification, So if you read the specification carefully, it means that like this, you do not understand the organization specification. So you can read, if you read the specification carefully, you can pick out points that you must hit in order to gain top marks. So you have to be able to decipher the specification is a skill that takes time and experience, of course. But once you know that what to look for, you will find your success rate increase rapidly. Now, and the next one is we often find when we review tenders that we are seeing one word over and over. And we are constantly amazed how many companies we work with do this. Now, it's not just a pet peeve of our managing director, but a common mistake that can cost your company. In many cases, it is a sign that your submission is focused on the wrong area. So you have to try to focus instead on the client and the specific contract. Now, and then sometimes we fail to add value, sorry. With huge competition for contracts, it is not enough, of course, to simply meet the requirements. You need to add value. So you need to prove that you are the right company for the job and will add great value to the specified service, whether this is creating jobs, working in the community, or including additional services. Evaluators are always looking for added value. Now, it is common mistake also using copy and paste. Yeah. So this is a big no, a very big no. Copy and pasting both from previous submissions and across different answers is a common mistake that results in an average submission, and you will lose your tender then. As a company, we have a rule. They have, of course, they have rule, yeah, against copy and paste. If you must reuse old content, it needs to be rewritten and updated, of course. And then not having someone else review the submission. So you take others' submission. This is potentially the biggest mistake. When one person completes a submission, they become familiar with it and can no longer see the errors, but be it spelling or content. So having someone else review the submission will remove any grammatical errors. So you have to avoid the grammatical errors and will add a new perspective to the document. Good ideas come from peer reviews. So you have to review the submission, your proposal submission. And then whether it is winning or losing, always request feedback. This is the key to future success. Feedback will inform you of both your strengths and weaknesses and allows you to create a strong bid library for future submission, for future project proposal. Well, that's the common mistakes.
That is very detailed. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, clearly. I can hear you clearly.
After going through all this, okay. All right, that is a very detailed, what you call description and tips. I love it. Do not
Mhm.
copy paste.
Yes,
Alright.
not copy paste.
I know they are going for the deadlines. I know they have time restriction, but never.
Copy
Original work
paste.
is always the best.
Yes, yes. Especially, Madam Zana, nowadays, well, there's a technology, Chat GPT, AI, yeah. Sometimes,
Yes.
yes, you can do many things with the technology, with the AI, but we have to encourage our students that the original one is the best one. You can use it, but as the brainstorming, yes, it's okay, but you have to have your own words, of course.
All right, Dr. Anna. So Kashamimi and Dania, I hope Dr. Anna has answered you. All right. I hope they are giving the feedback here because we have one more very interesting question, Dr. Anna.
Yeah.
Are you
Uh-huh.
ready? Are you ready?
Yes. What is it?
Do you measure the budget? Meaning, okay, because as students, they don't know how to come up with a good budget. How much do we need to put it, for example, like decoration?
Mhm.
They don't know how to estimate where to look, I guess,
Yeah.
to put in the proposal. Okay, that is from Miss Yusra. I hope you, Miss Yusra, you're listening to us.
Yes, thank you for asking. Thank you for the questions. Well, as I told you earlier, it depends on the organization, but based on my experience when I conducted the research, that's the percentages. So, for example, uh, the budget for the decoration should be lower or should be higher than another part. So you should have the percentages first. Now, for example, a budget for surveying for this is I'm talking about the research, yeah, for preparation, so should be less percentage than the when you conduct the research, of course. So you need to have the percentages first. Now, the decoration could be 10%, 10% or 25% of another another budget. Let's say for what is that? Yeah, for the, let me show you this. I think I got this one. Now, this is the one I ever, uh, I ever, I've ever done. I really hope that it can help answer the questions. So let me see, for example. Okay. Uh, this is what we call the budget plan, the budget plan. So we had to have the percentages. So now, for example, like this, we need to have this kind of plan so we can show the stakeholders about this. Oh, where is it? I cannot find this one.
Take
Let
your
me see
time.
this
We
one.
have plenty of time.
Yeah. Let me see. Well, uh, it is, the question is out of the box, I think, Madam Zana. Because, okay, let me see. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. Nah. Okay. Well, still downloading.
I think the I mean, being what do you call, not a student anymore. Usually, the hard way of doing
Yeah, yeah,
coming up with a
yeah.
budget is you have to call. I mean, if you're in the real world, you have to call the company
Yes.
to get the
Yeah, yeah.
quotation. I guess
Nah.
they are wondering where to look for, I guess.
Yeah, something like this. Let me share first. This is I get from the internet actually. Nah, oh, where is it? Nah, okay, this one. Nah, this one.
Ah, there you go.
Yes, project budget for community education initiative, something like this. Now, this is for the personnel, so the person, and then direct expenses, and then other expenses. So you have to make a percentages. So this could be the highest one, the higher percentage than this percentage, than this partner expenses, and then direct expenses, personal expenses. So you should think, you should make first the percentages. So you have to calculate what items that you have to plan. For example, this is for the staffing, project oversight, and then direct expenses, and then other expenses. And then this one. Now, or oops, or you may have this kind of this is that I ever done. uh, okay,
Sometimes it's also better to ask, what is the
yeah,
budget that the company has. I
yes,
mean,
yes,
what you showed just now was a big budget.
big budget. Now this is the
Yes.
small one.
Ah,
Now this is the now
okay, small one.
this is for the staff, and then buying for the what is that, the utensils, the
Yes.
okay, and then this is for the
Materials.
trip, yes, and then this is for the others, yeah. Now, but this should be based on the percentages. Now, it means here that the highest payment is for number 2 and number 3. So it means that number 1 could not be the higher one from this number 2 and number 3. So we have to think about this the percentages first. So it depends on the company, of course, yeah, or the organization, Madam Zana.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so Yusra, okay, I think Dr. Anna has answered you, or do you want to add anything else?
Yes, please.
Obviously, that Miss Dania and Miss Kashamimi said thank you very much, very clear, Dr. Anna. Okay.
Thank you, Kasha Mimi. Kasha
Uh,
Mimi. Okay.
all right. Yusra is still not there. Okay, we are supposed to have one more questions from Miss Noor Afrina.
Mm-hmm. Miss
Okay.
Afrina.
Yeah. She wanted to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
There
Okay.
you go. Yusra said thank you, Dr. Anna. Very clear.
Okay, thank you, Yusra. Thank you, Yusra. Okay, Afrina. Okay, Afrina, are you there?
Maybe Afrina would like to ask face to face.
Mm-hmm.
Unmute
Please.
and talk and switch on the video, maybe camera. I guess most of us are very shy.
Yes, they are very shy. Yeah. Well, so for the online meeting like this, the students are allowed to have the off camera. Yes, Madam Zana.
In one thing about us in Kedah, especially in the northern, sometimes when we on the camera, the internet will be very unstable.
I
So
see.
so they decide that's why we
Oh,
have to allow them.
I see.
If we switch on, they have the tendency to be kicked out from the meeting room.
Yeah. I see. Okay. Okay. That's a dilemma for us as the teachers,
I
as
know.
the lecturers, yeah. Well, sometimes I feel lonely when I only see my own face in the Zoom or in the WebEx meeting like this, yeah.
I totally feel you. I totally feel you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still waiting for
Okay.
Afrina. If not, I actually have one question for
Mm.
you, or whether Madam Mas Aida has a question. I have question actually to ask. Oh, there you go. No Afrina. No Afrina. Just sorry. Wait, she just.
Oh, already asked the question. Okay.
Oh,
Tika. Thank you,
okay.
Aprina. Okay.
So
The
I
same
guess I have,
question.
yeah, the same one. I guess I have a question then. My
Mm-hmm.
question is, whenever students prepare their report, they
Mm-hmm.
have the tendency to shift their tenses. So
Mm-hmm.
what is the specific tense to use? Is it present tense, past tense, future tense?
Yes.
It's a future project. Okay, should we
Uh-huh.
use future tense?
Since
Okay, so Dr. Anna?
yes, since it is still proposal, of course we have to use the present future tense, of course, right? Because it is still proposal. It is still proposal. The same thing as when we write the research proposal or the thesis proposal. Of course, we had to use the present future tense, but in our case, in our university, sometimes the students use the simple past, sometimes the simple present tense. But I always suggest the students to use the Grammarly application or the Trinka one to check the grammar, to check the sentence structure, because the applications are totally free. But if you want to have more improvement in your writing, you can subscribe the premium one thing, yeah. But the free one is okay, yeah, it's okay as well, yeah. I always ask my students to apply the Grammarly or even the Quillbot.
Yeah,
uh, you use that one, right? The Quillbot, and then there is a feature which is a grammar checker and then paraphraser checker, so it can avoid the common mistakes on grammar or sentence structure, and also common mistakes, or not common mistakes, but it is the students always sometimes, most of the time, do this copy paste and then detect it as the plagiarism. So the students can avoid this by using the applications.
all right. Okay. All right. Any question from Madam Mas?
No,
Perhaps?
not a question. It's just
Mm-hmm.
a little bit about the budget just now. The student asked about the budget and pantry and whatnot. Most of the time before this, based on my experience, the students when they before this, when they came up with this kind of budget, they will just put something that is not in mind the budget.
Right.
For,
Mm-hmm.
for example,
Yeah.
entry just now, and I had a student. I had this one group. They came up with this kind of pantry, the budget that they
Mm-hmm.
have now, and they asked for 10,000 Malaysian ringgit, Malaysia of
Ringgit. Mm-hmm.
10,000 ringgit just for a small pantry.
Small pantry.
10,000
Oh, okay.
like that, 10,000
Mm-hmm.
ringgit just for a very simple and small pantry in the company. So I think the question asked by our student just now, you know, they really need to know how much the cost that they need to put, and I mean the relevant cost that they need
Mm-hmm.
put in the proposal. So this is something where the proposal
Yeah.
get rejected. I
Yeah.
think
Mm-hmm.
one of the factors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of that, because they don't know how much do they need
Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
Possible topic.
They don't know. Yeah, they don't know the exact amount of money they should provide for, let's say, for one instrument or for one thing in the pantry. Yes, it is. Of course, it is very difficult for the students because they are not in that kind of the things. Yeah.
They're
Yes,
not
yes,
in the
I can
field yet. They're
understand.
not in the
Yeah,
working
they're not in the
environment.
field yet. Yes, they're not in the field yet. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So,
So,
uh,
by the way, so what lecture is this? So this is a kind of the output that the students have to produce in the class.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, interesting. I learn a lot from your class actually because it's real, right? It's real. So you supervise the students how to write the project proposal, and then you guide the students how to plan the budget. Well, whether it is right or wrong in dealing with the budget, but they already tried their best, and then they, of course, they have to see the cost, yeah, to survey, to have a survey of how much the let's say the cost of one thing that they need when they propose a new pantry, for example. I'm amazed with this program actually.
This
um
this particular course is for the diploma students where
oh,
they have
uh-huh.
to do like project
Okay,
presentation, and then they
okay.
have a role play, and then they have like a meeting and group discussion, and the last project is the business proposal, writing proposal.
Wow.
Very interesting, yeah.
You're very interesting, Top. I really appreciate this program because so it is included in your curriculum, right?
Yes, yes.
I see. Okay. So it is not all about the text, and then books that you have to explain, but you ask the student go to the field.
Yes, they do.
Yes. Okay. Very interesting. Very
Especially,
interesting.
this is my first time teaching this this
Ah.
particular course, so I like really enjoy. I've been asking it for years and years. I love the first
Uh-huh.
assessment where they have to do a critical analysis
Oh,
comparison
critical
between
analysis.
two big companies. Okay, why am I
Ah, two
right?
big companies. Wow,
Yeah.
very good.
What are
Okay,
the
very good.
what are the weakness? What are the
Strengths.
strength of the
Mm-hmm.
companies? So they share it in
Mm-hmm.
front of it. So different groups have different companies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Very interesting. I'm impressed with this program. Well, I think I will consider this as the product, as the output in my class. Okay,
Okay,
very
Dr.
good.
Anna, it seems we have one more from Kasha Mimi. She asked, so there are specific way for accurately estimating cost in the proposal budget?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
her question.
Now, it is a very difficult one to answer, actually. Well, of course, the estimating cost in the proposal budget depends on the company, and then depends on what you are proposing. For example, when you propose a new pantry, of course, you have to consider whether it is a big pantry or a small pantry, and then what will the pantry look like, and then what items do you need to do you need to provide in the organization. Well, sometimes the pantry in Indonesia, you just need one stove, or well, it's not a very complicated one, but some organization would like to have the Western pantry, like for example. So, well, you should consider what company it is, and then what organization it is. Is it education organization, or is it the well, let's say the news news, television, yeah, television company. Nah, it depends. So I cannot say the estimate cost in the proposal budget, but you had to determine what you are offering, what project, what things you are offering, or for what is your initiative to post. Now, as Miss Ida mentioned just now, a new pantry initiative. Now, small pantry or big pantry? When small pantry, so how much do we need to the cost? Yeah, the cost. How much it be? Nah, so there are many things to consider actually, and then the percentages not only for the pantry one, for example, but you had to consider the staff or the workers that will work with the pantry, with the new pantry. I think so. Or do you have any idea, Miss Aida or Madam Zana?
I guess it depends on the
Mhm.
company. If you have your
Yes.
company is the oil and gas, so I
Yes,
guess
oil
the
and gas.
budget is huge. And if the
Huge,
pantry
yes.
is, yes, if the pantry
Mhm.
is for the potential clients to come in and you
Mhm.
want to impress, then
Yes.
definitely you have to impress with the need. But if
Yeah.
you are, preparing a pantry for a kindergarten,
Kindergarten.
yeah,
Yes.
a small one, or a small cafe, or a cake house, so that is another different way of
Different way.
putting the budget. So
Yes.
Also with
again,
yeah,
Mhm.
also with based on the project, based on the project, of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just in case they are inviting a trainer or a speaker, a guest
Mhm.
speaker to the company to give a talk. So if
Mhm.
they are inviting Bill Gates, or if they
Ah,
or yeah, that
that
is
will
like
be
1 million
huge.
per hour, right? So
Mm.
if they are inviting Dr. Anna, then it's a different budget.
Different budget.
Different budget. If they are calling
Different
Dr.
budget.
apa, they call Madam Zana, zero budget kan. So nothing to.
Okay.
All
Yes.
right, Madam Mas Aida. So are we good, or can we close? I guess we don't have any question.
Yeah.
And can we wrap up, or do you want to?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Dr. Anariana, for the fruitful talk, and also the 10 amazing tips that she shared with us. Okay, I hope our students have taken down the notes and all fire up to prepare their business proposal soon. Now, before we end, okay, now let's welcome Madam Mas Aida for our closing ceremony. Okay, are you ready, Madam Mas Aida?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's welcome Madam Mas Aida for our closing ceremony.
Okay, so thank you so much to our Madam Razanawati, our gorgeous moderator for today's chat. Very happy. She's happy-go-lucky. She's a very happy person. All right, so thank you, Madam Razana, and a big thanks to Dr. Anna for your time, for your knowledge sharing. We really appreciate your time. Instead of having classes or not, but you spent it with us. Thank you so much, Dr. Anna, for a very fruitful session with us, especially with all the students. Because after this, we have like another 2 weeks left after our Hari Raya holiday. Hari Raya Haji, we have one
Yeah.
1 week break, and
Yeah.
we will come back for another 2 more weeks to go before we end our semester. So before they go for the holiday here and there, so they need to complete the final assessment, the final task, that is writing a proposal. So this is very something that I really hope that this can help them to open up their eyes to see what do they need to do, and maybe they can just add more suggestions, the knowledge from you, Dr. Anna, for them to put into the proposal and how to put a logic amount of
Yeah.
having a new pantry at the organization, at the company, or whatnot. Okay, and I really hope that we can work together more. We have more opportunities to be together, maybe in the next semester again in our global learning session. And what else, Madam Zana? Do you want to add on anything?
Oh, that's good. All right. Okay. Last but not least, Madam Mas Aida, don't go away. To symbolize, okay, or to close the ceremony, we would like to invite Madam Mas Aida to reward, okay, a certificate. All right, hold on. Let me find the button. I am like technology challenge here.
The
Okay.
same here, madam.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Symbolize that we really honor your, what do you call, your contribution to us, but please bear in mind this is just a mock certificate. We later on we will send it to
Okay.
you, right,
Yes.
Madam Mas
Okay.
Aida?
Yes, right. We
Thank you.
need to wait from CIDL from Shah Alam. So once we get the real certificate, I'll just straight away text you, Dr. Anna.
Okay. Thank you, Miss
Ah,
Aida.
okay, I was like looking for the camera here. Okay, stop sharing. Okay, there you go. So to end, okay, let's have our photo session. Oh, I can see some of the students are leaving the meeting room on the knee. Let's switch on your camera, shall we? Because it's very important for our bosses
Yes.
to see the pictures. Okay, let's see. Now I don't see any of them are switching on their camera. Just the three of us, I guess. Okay, so
Yes, just the three of us. Yeah.
okay, there you go. Okay, kids, just if you're listening to me, you know, if you have your print screen or just screenshot of us and send your pictures to Madam Mas Aida and me. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot. 3, 2, 1, smile. All right. Okay. So thank you, Dr. Anna. Hope to see
Thank you, Madam Razanawati. Thank you, Miss Aida. Thank you very much. Hope to see you all one day.
Yeah,
Inshallah.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
Please take care of yourself, okay, and enjoy the long week of the celebration, Idul Adha. Okay, bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye-bye. See you all.
Is it 2
Thank
hours?
you.
Oh no, we have one more. Wait, hold on, 1 more minute. Just to make sure we have 2 hours, right? We have.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Don't leave yet.
Thank
Okay, so students are saying thank you, Dr. Anna,
Thank you. All.
Yusra, Afrina, Azli.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy the session.
Yes. I really enjoy this session. Thank you.
You are very cool, Dr. Anna. The word is sempoi.
Simple.
Sempoi.
Yes.
Okay, Madam Mas
Thank
Aida is
you.
my boss. So, Madam Mas Aida, are we okay? They're sending love as well.
Yeah.
Okay, are we okay?
First, yeah.
Do we have that 2 hours recording?
Yeah. Inshallah, it should be okay then.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, Madam.
Take care.
Thank you, Miss Aida. Thank you, Madam Razana. Thank you.
Bye. Take care, Dr. Anna.
Bye. Take care. Yeah.
All right.
Mas.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Para Zanawati, for being the coolest moderator.
It was the cable. The cable was. Oh my goodness. I had to unplug the cable. Tu yang tak dengar. Masya Allah.
Yeah, because of the cable.
Yeah, just because of the cable.
So how to save? Okay, wait. I need to save to the cloud. Risalah about this one. Stop.
Tak apalah. Sebab tadi kamera tak buka. Ramai kids
But
tak buka kan?
ah,
Tak
but why
apalah.
the recording is only 1 hour and 39 seconds instead of 2 hours here?
Tapi dekat sini 2 hours dah.
And it's already 2 hours, right?
Tu
Why here 1 hour and 39?
dari 10:30. Jadi dia tak bagi ni kan? Dia tak bagi off lagi.
Yeah, I'm not really sure which one do they.
Kalau tak just let it be first. Let it be. Just like another 15 minutes.
Yeah, betul.
Just another 15 minutes. If you have to go, kena switch on situ juga kan? Switch off.
Yeah, but tak apa, must try to short this one. I think maybe we can just show them. Now we had already 2 hours kan?
Yeah, we have more. We have more.
We have
Because
more than cumanya mungkin ni kot Kak Zana sebabnya because we set the time 11 to 1 kot.
Tak apalah je. I mean just run lah. Because
The recording dah betul dah 2 hours something lah.
betul. Recording dah lebih tu. 2 hours at 3.
The stop here to stop the recording, dia cuma dekat sini 1 hour and 41 minutes. Rasanya sebab dia started from 11, dia bermula
Pandai dia ya.
11 to 1, so we have like another.
So
Twenty.
macam mana? Just continue ke? Dia still playing ke? Macam mana?
Tunggu sekejap, must confirm dengan Kak Nurul.
Azwan. Kak Nurul. Actually we started 10:30 tadi dah masuk. I think this clock kira tu lah kot.
Itulah, tunggu sekejap
Kak Zana ada sini.
Okay, sekejap must call.
Alright. Ahmad,
Okay, all right. Based on what Kak Nurul
Apa dia Kak?
Puan Nurul cakap, so kita kena dekat recording tu kena cukupkan juga lagi 2 hours. So we have like another 15 minutes. Maybe we can
Okay.
share anything with our students while they
Based on the talk, perhaps they can summarize what they have learned, kan?
betul? What have you learned about this proposal? So basically for this to write a proposal, what you need to do is you need to come up with what kind of event. Contohnya, if you base on the sample given by Shah Alam, we have like the sample about organizing an event. Okay, but it is not the only thing that you can go on. I mean, not only how to organize an event or how to come up with a even proposal, but at the same time you can just come up with something like a new initiative at the workplace. All right, the new initiative is like just like the pantry just now. You do not have a proper pantry, and then you need to come up with a good pantry for everyone at the company. So how to propose this kind of having a good pantry, um right? Even though the sample given to you is something about organizing an event, but like I told you just now, it is not necessary just to have on that thing. You can come up with a cafe, surau, for example, so you can just discuss with your group members on how you're going to come up with, but you can still need to follow like what Dr. Aina shared with you just now, the outline. All right, we have the background, I mean, we have the objective, we have the budget itself, all right, and we have few things that you have to follow exactly on how to come up with a good proposal. And to summarize with what Madam Dr. Anna said just now, you have to be careful with your grammar parts as well. All right, so that is the most important thing, where you have to make sure that your grammar part should be okay, and no errors, of course. And even you can just ask anyone to check it for you, or maybe like Madam Dr. Anna shared with you, you have the kind of what we call it, Madam Sana, the application.
Ni Grammarly,
Yeah,
Grammarly,
right?
and then Quidbowl, especially you want to, and then some certain apps on paraphrasing as well.
Yeah, paraphrasing and how to come up with good sentences, the sentence structures, the grammar parts. See, so please avoid all those things. I mean, the errors, the mistakes, or not. Because writing a proposal, if you do the real proposal, it shouldn't be with all these kinds of
Spelling free.
errors.
Errors,
Yes,
grammatical errors.
that's
Because
right.
it reflects how you carry yourself. So if you have plenty of errors, then you're proposing an idea based on the errors, then I that have the tendency people to reject your work.
Yeah, that's right. We have someone there in the chat box, Iman Muhammad Khalil. I learned that we need to avoid plagiarism in our proposal and use Grammarly as grammar
Checker.
Yeah. So this is what you have.
Muhammad Khalil.
What
Must be your student.
Oh, your student. What you have.
Your student.
Yeah. What you have learned from Dr. Anna's session just now. Or do we have anyone else to share what have you learned, or maybe your suggestions or whatever that you would like to share with us?
There's one more very interesting idea that being introduced by Dr. Anna is the SMART. SMART.
Yeah.
How many of you noticed that? What is SMART all about? Things to consider is using the SMART theory or framework. What was it? I failed to capture the picture just now.
I have here my friend, my student shared something here in our Telegram group. Where is it? Just now about someone shared about what Dr. Anna had explained.
SMART. What does SMART stands for?
Do you have it? SMART goals?
Do you have the slides, Mas?
No, I don't have it.
I don't have a
Or
slide.
maybe if you need that, maybe I can ask from Dr. Anna to share her slide with us.
Is it okay so that I can share it with
Yeah.
my students on the Facebook?
If she's okay, I'll try to ask her later. So I have few things here. My student shared from from Dr. Anna's point. SMART goals to create figures, to see the timeline, to ensure the team members can cope with the project, with the proposal. You can sit together. This is where you have to sit and discuss with all your group members, okay, and make sure that everyone gives their ideas, the benefits to help each other in the group in order to come up with the good proposal. Then, all right. Okay, so this is the thing, right?
We have 5 more minutes. Just bear with us, yeah, kids, students, bear with us.
Okay,
Just for documentation purpose.
we had a very wonderful
Session, I know.
with Dr. Anna. She shared a lot of things about how to come up with a very good proposal. She had everything with her. So, in the chat box, I share with you. Where is it? So this is from my students now. Okay, she put in our Telegram group. Okay, rejected proposal, usually illogical and disaligned with budgets because of the budgets. Okay, so this is the crucial part, I guess, for the budgets, because I have a lot of problems when my students before this, they had problems with the budget. Okay, something that is not really not in mind, where they ask us to come up with a lot of amount for their event, for example. So this is where, even though you do not really know the exact budget of something, but make it logic. So make it logic. The keyword here is logic. Okay. So when and it will not be appropriate, and stakeholders are not convinced, requires skills, copy pasting as well, because of you copy paste here and there, no proofread, and also the budget not according to ratio and might have been asked the company's budget. Yeah, you have to know about your company's budget as well. Okay, so if your company is just a small company, so of course you need to know how much the budget, how much do they have, okay, all right, in the company. Okay, is there anything else? We have a few more minutes to go. All right.
How many minutes we have? 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes, is it?
Yeah.
According to the my desktop is really 1:01.
1:01?
1 o'clock. 1
Oh
o'clock.
yeah, but the recording is 1 hour and 53.
Okay, 7 minutes to go. Hey, that's like not fair. I mean the count. So the problem is not with us. It's the system.
Okay. Let me share with you something from the how to write it. How to read it. But Madam Anna has good knowledge on this kind of writing of a good proposal. Huh?
Of course.
She's a lecturer at the language department in Universitas of Negeri Medan. Maybe one day we can go there to visit at her university to meet her. All right. Inshallah, one day. Okay.
Invite her to you? What? Okay. 7 more minutes.
Yeah.
Let's see how many participants are still with us. We have 34 participants with us. Sophia, do you have any question? I see my students there. Sophia, Amira. Who else? The rest are like gone. Zayani, Nafisa,
Anything else to ask?
Hana.
Even though Dr. Anna had already given her complete answers, she answered the questions very well, and I believe that all of you understand, and you can just open your eyes on how to start off writing with your proposal. Right, so you have like another 2 weeks to go, and you need to complete everything, and then once you submit your proposal, then you are done with ELC 270
Semester.
and you are done with the semester, and especially with ELC 270, so you do not have to think about ELC 270 anymore.
But my students already, they have received their carry mark. So
Yeah,
they know
Carry-
it's done.
the classes are on the way for my classes. I have 3 classes altogether.
How many marks are you revealing to them, madam?
Sorry,
How many marks, how many percentage you are revealing to your students?
I haven't I haven't done yet.
I
Inshallah,
mean, I reveal only 2, pair, presentation, and role play. I think that's enough.
yeah,
for-
yeah, it should be okay. It should be okay. It should be good. I haven't done with my calculation yet, by the way. So we need to wait just for a few, maybe inshallah next week after they come back, and I'll share the marks with them. So we have another 3 minutes to go.
I think I have one more suggestion.
Yeah.
Now, if you are preparing it, I really like to see pictures. So, for example, if you're designing pantry or you're designing a special room, like for example, your company needs a new prayer room,
Yeah.
surau.
Yeah.
So, if you have a design or a picture of the proposed surau, that will be interesting, right, Madam Masaida?
Yeah, we had that before, Madam Zana. We had that before this.
That's good. That's good.
Time ago. So when the students they are asked to come up with what we call it, the appendix, okay, at the back of the proposal. So if let's say they are proposing something like a surau, a surau prayer room. So they need to come up with the layout of the surau. Where do they want to put this? All those things here and there. So they had to come up with a layout. But now, no more. The sample from Shahalam, they put that aside. So meaning students, it is not compulsory for them to come up with this kind of layout anymore. But before this, we had that where the students brought all the things that they built. They built it. Buat dalam satu benda yang they could
3D model.
betul. They brought to the class, they show this is where we came up with the blah 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 whatever. So it was very, very interesting. But now they make it simpler, I guess, so that the students, it is not compulsory for them to come up with those things anymore. But it
3D models is okay. Pictures, if they don't want to spend on that, then I think pictures is okay.
It will be more interesting. I mean, the proposal will be more interesting, will look more interesting when they can come up with this kind of thing. So we can just ask them to just come up with the layout and just bring this out. It will be like, very simple, yet very interesting.
It looks like a real proposal then.
Yes. So where they really need to learn on how to produce a real proposal. It's very useful for them to learn. Okay.
All right. Is this a wrap, Madam Masaida?
You have like another 30 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so students, those who stayed with us, thank you very much. Okay, I really apologize for all my shortcomings. Okay, or any what do you call mishaps that came across. Dealing with especially technology.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Right. Thank you so much to all the students for your time as well, for your passion, okay, to be with us, to stay with us until the end. Thank you so much. May everything,
I wish you all the best.
yeah.
All the best. And the deadline, Madam Mas,
The- the-
what is the deadline
deadline-
for your class?
For my classes, I can give them until week 14, or maybe we'll talk then. We'll talk.
July, nah?
Uh,
July week 14.
Week 14.
So the latest I heard is I received from Madam Nana, Madam Shariza Eliana. I just got a message that they want my slot. I think your slot as well,
Yeah.
because I saw your
Yeah.
name.
Yeah,
So I think on Wednesday. Wednesday.
that's right. Okay. So
You
Alhamdulillah,
have the time?
yeah.
Get
2
it?
Yes, 2 hours and
Congratulations. Congratulations to the project manager and leader.
thank you
Well done.
to our very, very wonderful moderator, Madam Razanawati. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your thank you for everything. Thank you for everything, Madam Razanawati. And thank you.
Hi guys, kids, you can leave the room.
Yeah, thank you, my beloved students. Thank you so much for being together with us until now, until the end. So thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay,
Really,
baru.
thank you.
Tengok Rahah pun ada situ lagi.
Okay, stop recording.